Okay, time for a new video, and whether you are somebody new to my channel or you are returning to my channel to watch this video, it is greatly appreciated. As always, I'm filming this video in one go, so if I stumble over my words moving forwards, apologies about that, and also if the quality of this video is fairly poor as well, if there's any lag, anything like that at all, sadly it cannot be helped, and hopefully it isn't much of an issue for you. This is yet another Eurovision related video here on my channel. First things first, I am recording this video, and hopefully uploading it too, on January the 1st, 2024. So a happy new year to you, dear viewers. Here's hoping that we have another cracking Eurovision year upon us. Today, though, I'm going to be doing something that I think I filmed right at the start of 2023, and perhaps 2022 as well, and that is taking a look at the annual ESC 250 vote, of which the results are announced every year on New Year's Eve. The voting was open for a good while. I think it closed in early December or something like that, and yesterday the results were announced slowly but surely over the course of the day. I wasn't really paying much attention to it, but earlier today I did take a look briefly at the full results list, which consists of, I think it's about 1,300 Eurovision songs. It's definitely a large amount, that's for sure. And in this video, I'm going to be going through the top 100. Feel free to let me know your thoughts about these entries, indeed anything I discuss in today's video, by leaving a comment. Feel free to check out the links in the description to my other social media pages as well, if you so wish. This, for some reason, is taking a long time to sort itself out, but there was well over 1,000 songs that people voted for, which is fantastic, and if I remember, I will go through the songs that I voted for and tell you exactly where they finished in this poll as well. Before I go into the top 100, I will say that song 500 was Poland 2020, that was Empires, and song 1000, which I'm nearly at, was Feminem for Bosnia and Herzegovina with Call Me in 2005. Several songs finished joint last. I'm nearly there. 1,000... Oh, it was more than I thought. My apologies. It's actually 1,536. Several songs finishing joint last with 1 point, including Romania 2004 and All Night Long, Denmark 2008. Only one solitary vote for that track. Anyway, let's take a look at the top 100, and as I just said, let me know your thoughts on this. We're going to go through it at a pretty rapid pace, because otherwise we'll be here until New Year's Day 2025. So, number 100, Israel 1983, Ofra Haza with High, very catchy stuff. Certainly I think most Eurovision fans really enjoy that one. She passed away many years ago, 41 sets of 12 points. What a fantastic catchy entry. We then move on to song 99 in this list, which is Croatia 1999, Maria Magdalena by Doris Dragovic, her second Eurovision entry. I've never loved it, but it's a very powerful track and it did well in the results. Then we have a song from Liverpool, Gustav Because of You for Belgium, the ultimate dark horse. Last year a lot of people didn't really enjoy it, and then they were charmed by him, and the live performance in Liverpool was very good. A very likeable guy with the hat, with the dancers, just having a good time on that stage. He finishes in 98th place. 97th is Gina G with Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit for the UK 1996 in Oslo. This was the last UK entry to reach number 1 in the charts. She's Australian. This song was also nominated for a Grammy, and she did try to represent the UK again several years later, but failed. This is just one of those evergreen Eurovision songs. So popular, so catchy, good stuff. 96th is Foulen for France 2022, Alvan and Hez. Didn't do well at all, but a pretty decent effort nonetheless. And I haven't really watched a lot of the 2022 performances back in a good while, but that French performance, I enjoyed it, but the votes just didn't pour in. Then we have 95th, Armenia 2016, Iveta Mukuchian with Love Wave. Never loved it, but it's a pretty good song. I think she was alone on stage. She did a great job. Then we have Celine Dion, who won, of course, for Switzerland in 1988. Ne partez pas sans moi. Maybe a little low for this track, but then again, It has been years since this song was in Eurovision, and she did only win by 1 point. But this was obviously a very, very notable moment in the history of the ESC, because years later, of course, Celine Dion would go on to become one of the best-selling female musicians ever. And it sort of all started, in Europe for her at least, with that song. Then we have one of the songs I voted for, Ulrika Attention, Norway 2020, 93rd place for this. Just fantastic, what a beautiful song. We move on to a song that I gave my 12 points to. This is Calm After the Storm, The Common Linnets, Netherlands 2014, 92nd place for this. What more can I say about this that I haven't already covered on my channel previously? I just loved so much about this performance, and fun fact, it wasn't even my personal winner of the 2014 contest when the 2014 contest took place. It was actually the UK. And now, nearly a decade on, Calm After the Storm is my favourite Eurovision song out of all of them thus far. Then we have Luxembourg 1965. This is one of the oldest songs in the top 100. It might well be the oldest. Poupée de cire, Poupée de sang by France Gall. This was written by Serge Gainsbourg, if I'm correct in thinking. This is great. What a cracking 1960s track this is. Such a simple performance. She was very young at the time. Somewhat suggestive lyrics, I would say, but it's a really sort of swinging, for the time, modern-sounding effort. Absolutely deserved to win, and that's exactly what happened. Then we have Mae Muller with I Wrote a Song, the UK's entry last year, 90th place for this. This will drop off significantly in the poll on this year's New Year's Eve. The studio cut is perfectly fine. Music video's good, Mae Muller's fantastic. She was very enthusiastic about the contest, but unfortunately the live performance just fell well short. And I was there in the Eurovision Village in Liverpool back in May, and I think even though she got a lot of big cheers, I think the general consensus amongst people was that it wasn't up to scratch. And, you know, she barely got any points at all, to be honest. Then we have Ruslana, the winner 20 years ago this year for Ukraine in Istanbul. 2004, 91st last year, or the year before, sorry, 89th yesterday. A great winner. If you ask me, this is still Ukraine's strongest win. Then we have Slovenia 2019 in Tel Aviv. This is Zala Krauj and Gaspar Chantel with Sebi. 88th place for this. That's a bit high. I know it's a very popular track. It was popular at the time. It's sort of mid-table stuff for me. I'd say that's maybe a generous ranking, but there we are. Then we have Czechia 2022. We Are Domi Lights Off. 87th place for this. Fantastic. Opened the show in Italy. All those flashing lights. Absolutely fantastic. What an atmosphere. I would have loved to have been there in the arena to see this live. In the results, very disappointing. 86th place is Greece with Secret Combination, Calamira 2008. This is great. Really liked it at the time. It's still pretty good now. Fairly catchy. That costume change. The dancers doing their thing. Yeah, this was performed very well, if you ask me. Then we have If Love Was a Crime by Polygenova for Bulgaria 2016. 85th place for this. Much better than her entry in 2011. This finished 4th. She had the lights on her outfit. Cesar Sampson was on stage with her as a backing singer. Then we have 1973, Tu te reconnaîtras, Anne-Marie David for Luxembourg, 84th place. This has risen quite a few places as well. This was a big winner at the time. Still very popular now. She did come back and represent France. Did she not? Je suis l'enfant soleil, was that her? I should know that. Anyway, this Luxembourg entry, yes, one of their finest moments. Then we have Non mi avete fatto niente by Ermal and Fabrizio, Italy 2018, 83rd place for this. That's not bad going. The juries weren't so keen, the public liked it. It was on last in the running order in Lisbon. I like it a lot more now than I did at the time. Then we have Andromachi with Ella, Cyprus 2022, didn't qualify, 82nd place here. That's maybe a little high. Again, a lot of people really do love it. Of course they do. I mean, take a look at that. 1,396 points. But it didn't even qualify in Turin. Wow. That's maybe a little high, but there we are. It's a good song. Then we have Spain, the runner-up in 1973, Eres Tu. So this finished above the actual winner in that year. in this poll. Would you believe it? This is a great song. This did well in America. And again, you know, if Luxembourg's winner that year was one of their finest moments, then this entry, Eres Tu by Mocedades, is one of Spain's finest moments. It's such a gentle, lovely song to listen to. Lovely stuff. Then we have quite a fall for Cyprus 2012, La La Love by Ivy Adamu. I'd like to see her come back to Eurovision. This was pretty good. She had the sort of stone bench on stage, bit of choreography. This was expected to push for the win, and it never came close. Then we have Turkey, 2009, Dum Tek Tek by Hadisa, a fall of 10 places here. I like it, I don't love it, I've never loved it. I think it's actually ranked quite low for me, compared to a lot of other people, I'm sure. In my 2009 ranking, I think it's something like my number 20, I can't remember. Not a bad song, but I don't absolutely love it. Then we have Dancing in the Rain by Ruth Lorenzo, which is my third place. No, it isn't. It was my third place. It's my second place now, all these years later, of the 2014 contest. Ruth was on the X Factor here in the UK. She sang the hell out of this. I'm glad to see it here. Then we have I Feed You My Love, Margaret Berger for Norway 2013, up 1 place in this poll. That's a great song, finished in the top 5, well deserved. Then we have another song that I voted for, Occidentali's Karma by Francesco Gabbani, Italy 2017. This has risen a few places, which is quite nice. I'm surprised it's not higher. This was such a big deal at the time. People thought that this was going to win by such a distance. And it didn't even make the top 5. The momentum completely dropped off. And that live performance in Kiev, it wasn't quite bang on the money. Then we have Bulgaria 2020. This is Tears Getting Sober by Victoria. This was the favourite to win when the contest was cancelled. I don't think it would have won myself. And I prefer her other entry from a year later, which is Growing Up is Getting Old. Now, where did that finish? That finished... Oops, I've spelt that wrong. That finished 135th. Dear, dear me. I would have that song higher than Tears Getting Sober, but there we are. 74th is Croatia 2011, Celebrate by Daria. That is utterly, utterly baffling. Utterly, utterly baffling. I mean, that was 103rd the year before, so this song is pretty consistently doing well. Yes. I find that so bizarre. I mean, that's not even one of the best non-qualifiers we've ever had. That shouldn't even be in the top 1,000, in my opinion, and yet it's 74th. That's a better song than I Feed You My Love and Eres Tu and the other songs I've mentioned. What? Not today or any day, ladies and gentlemen. That one's really baffling. Really baffling. Then we have Norway 2015, A Monster Like Me, Murderland and Deborah Scarlett. Love this song. Love the lyrics. Very simple staging. Fantastic. Then we have Dinle, Turkey 1997, Şebnem Pakır and Group Ethnic. I thought this would have been higher. This is such a popular song. Another one of those evergreen Eurovision hits. Oh man, you can just really go along with it. Fantastic. Then we have in 71st place Randayad by Urban Symphony, Estonia 2009. This was great. Sven Loimus wrote it. He's got a song in Eesti Laul for this year. Then we have Satellite by Lena 2010. Germany's most recent win, of course. They've only won twice. I thought this would have been a bit higher. It's a song for me that I very much do enjoy. I don't listen to it too often. I like it more now than I did at the time. Yes. Then we have Bridges by Alika, Estonia last year, 69th place. Fantastic to see that in the top 100, well deserved. Then we have Répondez-moi by John's Tears for Switzerland 2020, the cancelled competition. Lovely stuff. That's a very, very strong song indeed. What a lovely voice that man has. Then we have Bosnia 2006, Leila Harry Matahari, risen a few places. What a beautiful track. Again, at the time I was so young, maybe I didn't appreciate it much, but now all these years later, as a grown man, absolutely it's a song I can listen to and very much enjoy. Fantastic. Then we have Voyager with Promise, Australia last year, 66th place, not too bad. Hungary 2018 is 65th, Vishlat Nyar, AWS. Fun fact, one of the poems in my master's manuscript is called Vyšlat Nyar. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I may read out poems from that manuscript in a future video. If you'd like to see that, it would be a different video, of course. If you'd like to see that, let me know. But yes, Vyšlat Nyar, the lead singer, passed away. I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago now, which is a great shame. It's a good song, heavy metal stuff. Not, strictly speaking, my cup of tea, but I can enjoy it for what it is. Then we have Lithuania 2022, Sentimente by Monica Liu. Never loved it, but I can understand why people do. Not a bad performance. Stefania is 63rd. Kalush Orchestra, Ukraine 2022. That's low. Won by an absolute mile, but it's not even in the top 50. Wow. And only a few places above Croatia 2011. Baffling, absolutely baffling. Then we have Brividi by Mahmoud and Blanco, Italy 2022. It's a nice song. I prefer the studio cut than the live version, absolutely. I'm tempted to say it's not one of Italy's best, but it is still a good song. Then we have Lane Moria, Željko Joksimovic in the Ad Hoc Orchestra, Serbia and Montenegro 2004, in 61st place. Again, a song at the time, didn't think much of, now really enjoy it. One of my biggest growers of my lifetime, really. Then we have El Diablo, Cyprus 2021, Elena Sagrinou. This was great. I thought this was such a hot performance, really. She looked fantastic, sounded pretty good, bit of choreography. Opening the show, maybe not great. That's in the top 60. That's not bad going. Then we have Vesna, Czechia last year, My Sister's Crown. Okay, not too bad. Then we have Vuelve Conmigo, Spain, the runner-up in 1995 in Dublin, Annabel Conde, who, fun fact, was a backing singer for Andorra a decade later. She sang the hell out of this. It's a good song, one of Spain's best moments. Every Way That I Can, bit of a fall for this, Turkey 2003, Sir Tabarena. It's a good song, it was on early in the running order, but that didn't damage it one bit. Then we have Latvia 2015, Love Injected Aminata. One of their best entries, absolutely, in terms of the results, it's one of their best entries. But I've never loved this song. I can't really stick with it. Don't know why, she sang it well, but I've never loved it. Then we have Samo mi se spava by Luke Black, Serbia last year, 55th place. Not too shabby at all. Above Czechia, though, from the same year. Okay. Think About Things by Dadi and Gagnamathnit is number 54, Iceland 2020. This probably would have won the contest. The momentum was absolutely there, especially after the contest was cancelled, funnily enough. I thought this would have been a lot higher, but there we are. Évidemment France last year by Lazare is 53rd. Very good, but flopped in the results, big time. You Are the Only One, bit of a rise for this, Sergei Lazarev, Russia 2016. He threw the kitchen sink at the performance and it nearly paid off. We Could Be the Same by Manga, Turkey 2010. The amount of people who are still livid that Germany beat Turkey that year. It's unbelievable. I prefer the German song, but this entry by Manga, it is pretty good. The flashing lights, the sort of robot woman on stage, yes indeed. Australia 2016, Dami Eames, Sound of Silence, fantastic. I was so damn disappointed this didn't win at the time. I've actually got a video somewhere. I don't think of the final, but before I started uploading on YouTube, I did react to the results of the semi-finals for a good few years. And they might be on my Facebook writing page somewhere or something like that. Maybe I should download them and re-upload them onto my YouTube channel, I don't know. But yes, I remember back in 2016, my God, I was so annoyed. I thought, Poland's got more points than Dami Eames. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Still can't believe it. But anyway, Sound of Silence, fantastic stuff. Could she be back for Australia sooner rather than later? I wouldn't be surprised. Number 49, Sanna Nielsen, Undo, Sweden 2014. I don't think this has aged terribly well. Sanna had better songs in Melfest than this one, but there we are. Empty Room is one such example. This is not a bad song at all. I don't love it, though. I have gone off it over the years. Then we have Antique with Die For You, Greece 2001. Yes, one of those songs that most Eurovision fans absolutely love. Only Teardrops, the winner, the last time the contest was in Malmö, Emily de Forest, who was a few weeks younger than me, 47th place here. It was my winner at the time. Still is my winner of the 2013 contest. If anything, I think it's still a bit underrated, funnily enough. But there we are. Then we have Greece 2022. Amanda Georgiadi Tenfjord, Die Together, 46th place. Fantastic that that is still so high in this list. What a cracking song, one of Greece's best. Then we have Armenia last year, Future Lover by Brunette, not bad, liked it more after the contest. Conchita Wurst is at number 44. Man, oh man, that's quite low with Rise Like a Phoenix, 2014, a decade ago since that song graced the Eurovision stage. Conchita, of course, nearly represented Austria in 2012. It could have been a battle between Loreen and Conchita. Wow, a battle for the ages, maybe. Then we have Waterloo by ABBA. Of course, everybody knows this. Sweden, 1974. This is quite possibly the first Eurovision song I ever heard, because it's ABBA. And I think a lot of people probably grow up hearing ABBA at some point when you're very young. So yeah, I probably heard this when I was about 2 years old. 43rd in this list. That's a little low for what is, you know, probably the most popular Eurovision song we've ever had. Bear with me, we're getting there. Goodbye to Yesterday. Elina Born and Stig Rasta, Estonia 2015 in Vienna. 42nd place for this. I voted for it. It's my 5th favourite Eurovision song to date. I just love this. The national final performance was great. I remember listening to this song so many damn times, dear viewers, before Eurovision in Vienna. I listened to it so much. Oh man, what a great song. Then we have Spaceman. Quite a fool for this. Sam Ryder, he's still doing really well for himself. Nearly had the Christmas #1 single the other week here in the UK. This was Turin 2022. He nailed it. He delivered. Changed our fortunes. Then we have Heroes, Måns Zelmerlöw, 40th place for this, Sweden 2015. The public had this third. The juries wet themselves regarding this and had him well out in front, and that's what made him win in the end. Yeah, it's a good song. It was a good performance. It is what it is. Then we have Portugal 2017, Amar pelos dois, Salvador Sobral. This was the right winner. My God. Christian Kostov, Sunstroke Project, they made the top 3, but this was, out of those 3 songs, the right winner. Absolutely. Won by an absolutely crushing margin. It's a lovely song, and I hated it. When it was in FDC, oh my God, I thought it was so coma-inducing, but now I'm wiser, I'm older, I enjoy it for what it is, absolutely. And when I update my rankings again at some point, it will be even higher. Then we have Dancing Lasha Tumbai, Verka Serduchka, who can't stay away from Eurovision. Ukraine 2007. This is not far off 20 years ago. My God. 38th place. I thought that would have been much higher. And I thought Hard Rock Hallelujah would have been higher. Finland 2006. Lordi, of course. 37th place. The absolute right winner that year. By a mile. Lovely stuff. Spain 2003. Beth with Dime. 36th place. A big fall for this. It's one of my favourites. Absolutely, from the 03 contest. It's my number 3 of 03, as a matter of fact. Ah, man, she was so young at the time, bopping about a little bit. This was great. Such a, again, evergreen Eurovision entry. You know, I don't think there's many fans out there who really loathe this. What a fantastic track. Then we have City Lights by Blanche. I nearly voted for this. Belgium 2017, that Kyiv contest. 35th place, fantastic. I don't think she's doing much these days. She's very quiet on social media. I think she's been a student for a number of years. I think she's made or been in a short film. I need to do my research. Anyway, Portugal 2022, number 34, Saudade Saudade by Maro. Loved this. Loved the national final performance. Loved it at Eurovision. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Then we have Quédate Conmigo by Spain, Pastora Soler. 2012 in Baku, 33rd place, big fall for this. This is the entry I mention every time when people say scrap the juries. We need the juries to save songs like this from falling into the wilderness. This was nowhere in the public half of the results, absolutely nowhere. The juries saved it from finishing in a position that would have been completely unjustified. What a great song. Perform the hell out of it again. Great vocals, fantastic stuff. Then we have Belgium 2015, Rhythm Inside Loic Notte, 32nd place. Surrey for the UK a few years later was on stage for this one, as she was with Blanche as well. Yeah, this was very slick. Then we have Southern Lights, Latvia, last year with Aya. I know this song was and still is popular, but 31st place? That's a bit generous. Not a bad song, though. Then we have Grande Amore. I thought this would have been higher. Il Volo. Another 2015 track. There's a lot of Vienna songs here. Il Volo are trying again to represent Italy this year, of course, and that won the public vote that year by a mile. Who the Hell is Edgar? Taya and Selena, Austria last year, 29th place, not bad. Opened the show, flopped with the public. Then we have Blind Channel with Dark Side, Rotterdam 2021 for Finland, 28th place, a big rise here. Nice to see, good song. Unicorn by Noah Kirel I thought would have been much higher. 27th place for that, last year's Israeli track. Beautiful woman. I know a lot of people can't stand her now because of the political situation that's happening over there. But, you know, she delivered. She delivered. And the juries really liked her as well. Then we have De Diepte by Steen. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Just soak me in that song. Oh, what a gem. 26th place as well. I'm chuffed that entry is so high. Netherlands 2022, of course. Fantastic. That live performance, it was so simple and so well done. Oh, mwah, mwah, mwah. Love it, love it, love it. Then we have Molitva, Serbia 2007, Maria Sherifovic, one of the greatest winners this century. Again, what a simple performance, but so effective. She just belted it out. Then we have Nocturne, Secret Garden. I don't know anybody who dislikes this track. Very much instrumental, but so beautiful. Dublin 1995. Can you believe it? It's nearly 30 years ago since that song won Eurovision. 24th in the previous poll, 24th this time around. 23rd is Marco Mengoni with Due Vite, Italy last year. People are saying that this is dull, overrated. Hang on a minute, he finished 4th. A lot of people really loved it. Great song. Then we have Soldi Clap Clap, Italy 2019. Mahmoud, 22nd place. I don't like this song as much as I did at the time, and he's trying to represent Italy again this year. My man, give it a break. Then we have my number one, Helena Paparizou, the winner for Greece in 2005, 21st place. Again, I've not really seen anybody really dislike this track. It's good stuff. Serbia 2022 is next. Breaking into the top 20 now. This is Incorpore Sana by Constractor. Didn't really like it at first. Like it a lot more now. 20th place, maybe a bit high, but fair enough. Then we have Tout l'Univers by John's Tears. 3rd place in 2021 for Switzerland. 19th place. This is just fantastic. Not too sure about some of his moves, but what a great song. Fairy Tale, Alexander Rybak, Norway 2009, 18th place. Yes, yes indeed. I think this song certainly isn't as popular as it used to be, but you know, it won by an absolute mile that year. It's always going to be one of those big, big Eurovision songs. So much better than the song he came back with years later, there's no doubt about that. Then we have Ukraine 2016, 1944 by Jamala. I have never, ever really liked this song. Still don't all these years later. I appreciate the message, her vocal ability, the staging, the visuals. There's a lot that I like about this, but the song, I never really gravitate towards it. But anyway, 17th place. Then it's Queen of Kings by the Queen herself, Alessandra. We love her. She's going on this European tour this year. I wanted to try and see her when she came to the UK, but alas, she's fantastic. 16th place for this. I thought that would have been higher, but there we are. Then we have Hatrith Monsigre, a bit of a rise for this. Hatari Iceland 2019. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad stuff. Spirit in the Sky, Norway 2019, the winner of the public vote by Kano. They are almost certainly coming back to MGP this year. I think they've been dropping hints about it. 14th place. It's a great feel-good song. Nothing more to say about it. Fai Rumore Si is next. 13th place for Diodato, who is also trying again for Italy this year in Sanremo. This was 2020, of course. They sang it from their balconies in Italy during the pandemic. What a beautiful track. Absolutely would have challenged for the win. Arcade is 12th. Duncan Lawrence, the winner for the Netherlands in 2019. This was a massive hit after Eurovision in America. Loads and loads and loads of different places. Went big on social media. It's a great song. Joker Out are 11th. Now, is that because the song is good, or is it because all of these women on social media are so thirsty for this band? I'd like to know the reasons why. I mean, it's a good song. It didn't do terribly well in the results, to be honest. But the 11th best Eurovision song to date, that's very generous. But there we are. It's a good song, like I just said. Then we have Spain last year. Blanca Paloma with Ella. Very good. 5 points from the public. What's that all about? A classic example, maybe, of a song that people enjoy, but then they just decide not to vote for. Clearly, as we saw, with 5 crappy points in Liverpool last year. Then we have France 2021, Barbara Pravi with Voila, fantastic. Again, simply done, but effective. Fuego is 8th in this poll, Eleni Furera, Cyprus 2018. I can see her coming back to Eurovision at some point. This was so good. You know, it was sexy and fierce, and there was choreography and energy and vibrancy and flames, and the crowd loved it, and the momentum was there. And Toy, the real winner, nowhere to be seen. Then we have Shum by Goe, Ukraine 2021. Yes, not a bad song at all. Again, energy, vibrancy, catchiness, the way it picked up in pace, fantastic. Zitie Buoni, the winner for Italy in 2021 by Måneskin. I mean, they are such a big deal now. They've been touring with famous people, they've been at award ceremonies, they've been winning awards, they've been getting their boobs out, they've been doing this, that and the other. 6th place in this poll, that's nice to see. Hold Me Closer, Sweden 2022 by Cornelia Jacobs is 5th. That's my winner of the 2022 contest, fantastic. Yeah, just a beautiful song. Chanel was the winner previously. She's now in 4th with Slow Mo, Spain 2022. Again, everything I said about Fuego I could say about this one, because the two songs are a little bit similar. Chanel is great. I don't think she's released much music since, though. I've not really come across much. But Slow Mo, yes, the Spanish people didn't want her, but they soon shut up when she finished in 3rd place. Then we have Euphoria, 2012, Sweden, of course. Loreen, fantastic. Absolutely one of the strongest songs we've ever had. Do I think it's overrated? Not really. Not really. It is better than the song finishing 2nd here, which is Tattoo, last year's winner, by the same woman, for Sweden. I mean, Tattoo was good. It was a good performance. Great song. But Euphoria's better, in my opinion. And I should say, there really wasn't much between Euphoria and Slow Mo in the results, which means that the winner, you know what's coming. It's Cha 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 by Karia, 22,440 points. Very comfortably the winner, and I think he may still be on top later this year. To be honest, I'm not sure anything is going to come along that's quite so impactful. I mean, this is a song that you know people are still going to be talking about years from now. The performance was so electric, so colourful, those green sleeves. Fantastic. And I did vote for this, and I'm glad he's come out on top. And there we go. Finland winning the ESC 250 poll. What a massive ramble, ladies and gentlemen. Just to finish off, I will tell you that the songs I voted for, well, Calm After the Storm I've mentioned, Cha Cha Cha, Zitie Buoni, Goodbye to Yesterday, Attention, Occidentalis Karma, and Hold Me Closer. I've already mentioned them, but 10 points, Anna Bergendahl, This Is My Life, that finished 310th. I gave 8 to Karia, yes. 415th was Iceland 2003, Birgitta, Hold Me Closer. And 319th was Turkey 2004, Athena for Rio. Unbelievably, that song is nearly 20 years old. Oh, that's devastating to me. Anyway, that's it. A really, really messy, rambling video from me, but of course, that's nothing really new if you've been watching my content for ages now. So yes, well done to Karia, the winner of that poll. And there was another poll as well, I think on ESC Radio or something. I haven't really checked that one out, but there was a sort of separate, albeit similar poll yesterday as well. Anyway, moving forwards, more videos from me. We're getting the Irish songs at some point. There will be more posts on the joint Instagram page that I run, link in the description to that, rajc.esc. And until next time, roll on the 2024 season. Thank you so much for your support, and that's all I've got to say. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye for now.